When I was a child, and even now, I sometimes stare up at the night sky, and I'm always fascinated, amazed in fact, with the sheer number of stars shining back at me. From early on, we humans have gazed up at the stars and wondered what lies beyond our planet. Hi, my name is Conrad. I'm currently a grade 10 student, and in today's TED Talk, I stand before you to take you beyond the stratosphere and to share with you the future of space exploration. But first, what exactly is my connection with space? Well, for one, like many, I'm a huge fan of space exploration. I've followed space for many years, watching launches online and on television, such as the Dragon crew that went to space launch, the very first crewed launch on American soil since the shuttle program. Waking up at 4 a.m. for these kind of things are not easy, but trust me, they're worth it. I also came to the James Webb Space Telescope presentation here at CanadianAcademy a few years ago, and a few years after that, I've been watching the launch of the telescope online too. For my 5th grade project, I did a project on space junk, and how after thousands of launches, we as humans are littering space. During this project, my love of space grew, and I gained a deeper understanding of the beauty of space and the impact of littering it with debris can be. Now, since the very first satellite that was placed in orbit over 60 years ago, space exploration has advanced significantly. From Yuri Gagarin's first manned spaceflight in 1961 to the European Space Agency's JUICE mission to Jupiter's moon that's launching in about an hour and a half, we humans have learned a lot more about our universe. However, space exploration has also evolved into preserving and protecting space itself too. During my visit to Stratosphere, a private space company focusing on reducing space debris, I learned about the importance of protecting space and preserving something with so much potential. This potential, of course, lies in its benefits. There are two major ways that space exploration benefits us today. The first of which is through the environment. Satellite imagery has allowed us to better monitor different data such as ozone layer depletion and the effect of climate change on our planet. Space exploration also has significant economical benefits. Currently, the space industry is creating lots of jobs due to its need for a highly skilled workforce. NASA alone supports around 340,000 jobs in the US. The development of these new technology is also beneficial because it can then be applied to other industries. For example, satellite technology has allowed for the creation of GPS, or Global Positioning Systems, which is now widely used in navigation and communication systems. However, even with all these benefits, there are still challenges that arise in space exploration. The first of which is funding. Space exploration is expensive. I'm talking about billions upon billions of dollars. This means that getting the necessary funds for space exploration for projects is a challenge. Governments and companies face tough choices when choosing where they should expend their resources, and space is often seen as a lower priority compared to other issues such as healthcare and education. That's problem number one. Major problem number two is safety. Space exploration is dangerous. There are definitely risks, and every step along the way must be taken with extreme care. Yet, even with all this care, accidents still do happen. The two prominent ones are the Challenger and Columbia space shuttle disasters. In both disasters, two minor mistakes led to the death of all 14 crew members, including a teacher who was selected to be the first private citizen in space. These disasters serve as stark reminders of the risks involved in space exploration. But there's more, because challenge number 3 is environmental issues. I know that I stated earlier that space exploration can benefit the environment, and it can, but there are also many ways that it can destroy the environment. Every single time a rocket launches, hundreds of tons of CO2 are left in the atmosphere, and every single launch also produces space debris, littering space. During my 5th grade project, I learned that there are around 200,000 pieces of space debris between 1 and 10 centimeters in space. Every single one of them extremely dangerous to humans and equipment left unprotected. Despite these challenges, though, it is important to remember the benefits of space and to continue to invest in this important field. For challenge number 1, funding. We need to continue to advocate for this field and state why it is a critical priority. And while NASA's budget of around $32 billion may seem like a lot, this pales in comparison to the Department of Defense budget of over $840 billion. To address safety concerns, we need to continue to develop new technologies, and we also must learn from past mistakes. But in the end, we must recognize that space exploration is inherently dangerous, and we must be willing to accept some degree of risk for the tremendous benefits that it can bring. As for the environmental issues, we must continue to develop new and more efficient fuels and rocket systems, and space agencies must also start thinking of ways to reduce debris in space. Space has the potential to inspire and to unite people across the world. It can bring hope, peace, and prosperity to this world. As we continue to understand our universe better, we also start to see our place in this world and how fragile we are. This image right here is called the pale blue dot and was taken by the Voyager space probe, and it shows Earth as a dot in a ray of sunshine. Every single person you know and every human that's ever lived lives inside this tiny speck in the cosmic ocean. I'd like to leave with a few more sentences. We humans have not been back on the moon in over 50 years. The International Space Station, a collaboration between many space agencies, is starting to get old and will soon retire. And overall, interest in space just seems to be waning. So my call to action is simple. Let's continue. Let's continue to support space exploration. Let's continue to invest in the technologies that will drive this field forward. And let's continue to inspire future generations to reach for the stars. Together, we can and we will reach the limits and go past the limits. Together, we can and we will go back to the moon, and together, we will go beyond. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk today.